All right, what's up, everybody? So, this is our first little yard sale adventure going out with the camera. This here was a yard sale that the local middle school had like sold a bunch of parking spots where you could set up, help, give some money to the school. This place had a whole bunch of toys, so obviously it drew my attention. It was one of the things I would say I specialize in. Uh, a lot of it was a bunch of generic stuff, but there was this whole bag of Paw Patrol. They were the special limited edition metallic Paw Patrols. They only want $4 for the whole bag, so that was a no-brainer. Both of these people were kind of set up together. This I was getting ready to look at this bag right here. It's a bag full of Star Wars figures. I think maybe some Marvel figures. They wanted $10 for the whole bag. Didn't really feel like it was worth it, so I passed on it. I was hoping to come back later in the day, and if they still had it, I would have offered them like five or something. But these people over here, they were set up as well. I thought they were kind of together, but it turns out that they were separate. So once I realized that, I went back and paid for the Paw Patrols. So, like I said, I paid $4 for these Paw Patrol figures. As of this recording, I did already sell one of them for $8. So I doubled my money, as well as now am able to actually take the rest of those Paw Patrols and sell them as well. They're all listed, so that's gonna be some good money. So the lady right next to her, the only thing I really saw on her table was this Pokemon Pikachu hat. Really good condition, brand new, really. Probably gonna list it for like $14.99 or $9.99. It should sell easily. It's a really nice hat. She only wanted $1 for it. I was looking through everything else. One thing you'll probably hear me repeat over and over again on this video is that I did move too fast. I saw those Under Armour compression shorts right there, but I just didn't think they would do well on eBay, so I left them be because they were used. But yeah, I moved way too fast on this day. I just walked through some of these people that were set up, and didn't even really focus on a lot of things, so I won't make that mistake again. Here I saw a bunch of plushies that drew my attention. Also some other books and that Lego box there. It was empty though. Now looking back at the video, I see right here. Well, I pick up that Eeyore because I remember seeing Harry Tornado get one. That Flounder, I probably should have grabbed him, and that Wally. But that Jansport right there, I should have probably asked how much that was. He only wanted $1 for the Eeyore. I think it's a Disney Store exclusive. Has his tail that comes off, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get like $9.99 or 10 or 15 bucks for it. All right, so this was an estate sale. Well, as much as it is, I guess. She said it was. This was actually on the island of Emerald Isle, where they have a big community sale. Right, that blue and yellow hiking backpack was a Jansport. I wanted to ask her about it, but I forgot. But you see, there's three banana boxes right there. They have a bunch of McDonald's and like Arby's and Burger King and stuff like that. Those type of toys, promotional toys that came in the Happy Meals and the kids meals. And I started digging through them. Looked like a lot of really good stuff from the 80s. Some of the more collectible toys. Ended up finally asking her how much she was looking for on each box. And she told me this. I was out on Saturday, and they set up on Friday and Saturday most places for this big community sale. And she told me that yesterday on Friday she was getting $30 a box, and I mean selling $30 a box. And I couldn't do that. So I started thinking in my head what exactly I would be able to offer her for those boxes. She said that blue bag was supposed to be in that one box. It's a bunch of plush, vintage plush, like some vintage Daisy Duck and some Looney Tunes and not Looney Tunes, but Muppets and some really cool stuff. It was a lot of fun going through these boxes, seeing some of the really cool old 1980 toys. So I'm just digging through, trying to see what I can see that might be worth something. A lot of it was open stuff, not sealed anymore. But there were a lot of things that were just the whole, like the whole set, the whole collection. Like I said, once again, I moved through these yard sales just way too fast. I should have really went through this tub to see what she had in the box next to it, and the tub behind it, and everything. I just sat there and threw stuff around for a little bit, saw one or two things that might interest me, and then just went on my way. Next time, I'm going to really do better about actually taking time. That's the second time my son was trying to show me that little sprinkler goalpost. I think he really wanted it. So this was the fourth box. This was probably the best box, as you see right there, the Ronald McDonald rider, and I think Birdie. There was a Birdie rider and a Hamburglar in there. I think that was like the best box. I probably should have just grabbed this box and tossed it with the other three, but I didn't. I just chucked it underneath the table and forgot all about it. We'll come back to that here short in a minute. So these were a bunch of die-cast cars she had in bags. She only had like 3 or 4 in each bag and wanted 5 apiece. There was nothing. Those Joe Cool mugs kind of caught my eye, so I walked over here and then I found that little Return of the Jedi card game right there. She wanted $5 for it. I ended up scanning it, and a comp came back for 10. I just didn't want to mess with it there. I mean, spending 5 to make 5, and actually it'd be less than 5 because I would have to pay fees and whatnot. I just passed on it. And it was only like one sold. And I think that was sold back in August. There I go. I come back to the McDonald boxes. The really cool thing is they did have a couple of those really cool pails. Not the Halloween ones. They were actually, I think they might have been like an Easter one. They were from 1988. They were East like bunnies. One was called Pinky. One was called McWhiskers. The McWhiskers was a green bunny with a green lid, and it goes for 19. Well, there was sold comps for $19. Pinky, there was no sold comps, but the one I got, I did pick these up. Um, the McWhiskers did not have its lid, and the Pinky, which actually there was two Pinkies, had her lid. They also all three had the handles that were the McDonald golden arches, but were also shaped like bunny ears. So they were pretty cool little pails. There was a good bit of stuff in these 3 boxes. I ended up offering her 30 for all 3, and she said she would take 40. So I went ahead and did it. Like I said, there was a lot of really good stuff in there. A lot of McDonald toys, as well as I found some original muscle, the little rubber wrestlers muscle figures. And there was also some other stuff in there as well that was some pretty cool finds. Sadly, like I said, I forgot all about that 4th box that was over there. And that one is either gone to somebody else by now or it's sitting back in her garage. So I don't know. I might hopefully head out that way again one weekend and she's set up and actually has it sitting out there and I can snag it. This is pretty much just me, just I don't know, I was toying around with finally asking her what she would take for them, and this is when we finally made the deal. She sat there, she said she would take the 40. So I ended up not reluctantly agreeing, but agreeing. That's fine. And so just hung around for a little bit and waited to get everything and get my change. Really, like I said, I should have looked through these bins a little bit better. I didn't want to mess with that whole big Hot Wheels set, but there was some cool stuff in there, which I probably could have found some more stuff if I would actually dug through it. This guy right here in this jacket, man, he showed up and he was like, he asked her, did you find the hats? So I'm guessing he was here Friday and he got a bunch of really cool hats. But all right, so at this sale, I ended up picking up a couple little cars. I ended up buying one car for like 50 cents. That wasn't really, it's not worth anything on eBay or whatnot. I do a Facebook auction group that I sell stuff on. So I'll probably just end up throwing it up there and trying to get like $1 or two. Paid 50 cents for it. Probably, really honestly, should have bought a lot more of these toys. This guy had no markings, so I just decided to pass. But that Lightning McQueen RC car, man, that thing right there, it was. I think they only wanted $2 for it. I really should not have passed up on it, but I did. Saw that really nice Ford in the box. Had to scan it real quick, and I scooped that thing up. I think they want. I think I got it for $5. You'll see the comps here in just a second. I mean, they were the UPC looks like it's used for quite a few different cars in this line, um, but the comps were really nice and pretty reasonable for a bunch of different ones. So I mean, I just saw 4 digits and I was like, yeah, I'll pick this up. $5. I know it'll be an easy sell either on eBay or, like I said, on my Facebook auctions that I do. I checked out some of these clothes. Was checking out these pants mainly for my son who was with me, but I couldn't find anything worthwhile for him. Checked out that one right there. That's my boy. Checked out this clothing rack. I'm pretty sure there was some pretty cool stuff in there for the women's clothing that I just missed. I need to do a little bit more research and learn some more. But then in the guys' clothing, I found some pretty cool stuff. And that'll be on the other side here in just a second. So yeah, right off the bat, I saw that Boston Red Sox. Those shirts, I just didn't know what they were. They weren't really any brand that I knew, so I just passed on them. First shirt, I almost picked up that Bubba Gump shirt, but I mean, I've bought so many of those type of shirts, they don't do well. Salt Life is a big thing that's down here. I might pick those up more often now. But first shirt I did grab was this Majestic Boston Red Sox tie-dye shirt. I think that's going to do really well. That's another shirt that I think I should have picked up, but I passed on. That's another one there. But like I said, I got the Boston Red Sox, and then we're in North Carolina. I did find this really sweet. Should be coming up here in just a second. I did pick up this shirt. Oh, there it is. Luke Kuechly. He's retired. He was a linebacker for the Panthers. That was, I think, Majestic as well. Picked this one up for myself. And then I think probably the best scores possibly was this last shirt. It's a Columbia PFG white. It has tags on it and everything. It was, I think it was a nice little pickup. Well worth it. There's a couple more things here that I probably should have focused a little bit on them, looked a little bit more, and I probably would have turned some good profit on some of them. There is, I can't remember if I cut it off or not beforehand, but there is an old, not old, probably like early 2010, 15 or so, um, Halloween decorations. Right, yeah, right there, that trick. I probably should have picked that up. I know those are doing pretty good. Plus, it's the perfect season for it. So, can't remember what I paid for everything. I know it was like $2 a shirt. So what? Two, four, six, eight, $5. I think it was like 13 for everything because I think they threw in the car, no charge, the little car. So kids already abandoning me. All right, this is the last one I got in a video for, but this was probably the best. No, I'm sorry, this isn't the one that. Yeah, no, this is probably the best score of the day. I think. Um, we'll have to wait and see though. So those Duke cups were pretty much like stadium cups. Then I eyed out of the corner those pink Beats right there. I think they're Gen 1 Beats. They don't say the Beats by Dr. Dre on them. They're just straight regular Beats. Asked the lady how much she wanted for them. She said 10. I was like, that's a no-brainer. Um, had potentially thought about selling them. But then my daughter, like there's some tape on the cord, which you probably saw. And then my daughter wanted them anyway. This was just a whole basket full of ink toner that she said that they no longer had the printer for, and she said if she could use it, if I could use it, she'd make a deal. She said 20 for everything. I said, would you do 15? And she agreed. As of recording, I've sold all of the toner except for one remaining cartridge, and I've sold it all for about $60 to $70 total. So as we came to agreement for 15 for everything, I started to walk away, and then I noticed that gray thing right there on the table in front of you, like the oval shaped thing. The oval shaped thing, that's a arch mouse for a Microsoft Surface. Asked her how much she wanted for it. She said $5. So I said, yeah, that without a doubt. It's going. It's already listed for $65. It's going anywhere trending for anywhere from like 70. So that was it, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe.